now streaming on Disney Plus. Watch as the most badass bounty hunter in the galaxy has been recast in his own series by the Mandalorian. I thought I was watching the Boba Fett show. What am I watching? See him hang out on the Ringworld from Halo. Watch him reenact fanfic when he goes nuts in a meatpacking plant with a lightsaber. Go through airport security.
I'm sorry, sir. You can't board a commercial flight with your weapons.
Be annoyed on a long-distance flight.
Ready to have your mind blown?
And buy a used starfighter from Amy Sedaris.
This is a pile of junk.
And then see him get pulled over by the space police.
Was I doing something wrong, officer?
Tamir Morrison. Pedro Pascal stars in this episode of The Mando Book of Boba Fett-lorian? All that, and we don't even get to see Baby Yoda. You know what? This show. Seriously.
In these difficult times, America needs a leader they can count on. And that leader is Pope Bob Iger. A Pope Bob Iger presidency means lower taxes, better schools, and Disney Plus for all Americans. He's already in the Vatican. Now, put him in the White House.
Hello, I am Pope Bob Iger. Not only do I want to be Pope, but I want to be your president. Vote for me or the Twitterati will cancel you and everyone you know.
When you cast your vote, vote for the one man who will make America the happiest place on earth. Pope Bob Iger.
I have Baby Yoda's vote. What about yours? I am Pope Bob Iger, and I am approving of this message.
Coming up on the CW, it's prom night, and love is in the air. Until it's time to throw down! Sam and Miguel share a tender moment. But look who's crashing the party! Watch as young couples share a romantic dance. And fight! And dance fight! Be sure to watch an extra special episode of Kung Fu High Prom Night!
It's N.A.P.S time. His show starts. No one's watching. Got a super chat. Cleric 49. Domino's Nabisco. Andrew Ham. Come from Kick the Like Button. Mr. Memage. Andrew Ham. Two people watching. No one's watching. How you doing? It's good, man. Happy Mother's Day. All right, that's enough of that. Domino's Nabiscos, everyone. It's time for N.A.P.S. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. All the mothers out there. Doesn't matter if you're actually a mother, you're married to a mother, or you met your mother, or you've been called a mother. Does that make any sense? I bet it doesn't. How is everyone doing? How is everyone out there? Morbid Fury, thank you very much. 5 Australian, no message. Yeah, well, make that into a mobile ringtone. Well, oh God, I don't have. Is there an option to download that for me? Let me see. No, there is not. It's on my other machine. So, we might have a special guest coming soon. A couple special guests, everybody. It's Mother's Day. Now listen, before we start, we got a full show here. We got 2 doctors for the price of 1. But I gotta say that if I could just make ringtones, I'd be the next Drake. I really would. Because that's all he does now. He just makes ringtones, isn't it? I mean, that's just, ringtones count as a single. I'd be the biggest selling artist since probably Slim Whitman. So, anyway. And joining us is the ever-present and vivacious Miss Macarena 42. What the heck happened? Well, she joined us and then she left. It's my cologne, isn't it? It's my aftershave. It puts people off. The Trinity Doctors, strange Dr. Ricky, and yes, the unholy trinity of doctors. Clickety clickety clack. Lots of clickety clickety clack here. Hello, Mecca. Bye, Mecca. Slim Whitman saved the world of Mars, Texas. Indeed, he did. Hey, don't knock Slim Whitman. Okay. I remember those commercials when I was a kid. He's the biggest. He sold more records in England than the Beatles and Elvis combined. It's Slim Whitman. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Is that true? Did he sell more England? Slim Whitman is the biggest. Slim Whitman sold more records than the Beatles? Let me see. Oh, he passed away not that long ago. 2013, he passed away. Slim Whitman is a country pop singer. No, I don't want to do that. Influenced generation vocalist in the early 50s. He's died in born in Tampa, Florida. Was regularly influential country program. Louisiana Hayride starting. Discovered by future Elvis Presley manager Colonel Tom Parker while Whitman was touring the South. Whitman, with Parker's guidance, landed a record deal with RCA, the same label Presley would record for after leaving Sun Records. Over the next few years, Whitman was a steady presence on the country pop charts. He successfully crossed over in England, where his song Rosemary hit number 1 in 1954, and then he joined the Grand Ole Opry. Fascinating. Whitman's musical style was snuffed with the rise of rock and roll, but a few decades later, his voice would again reach a mass audience. In the 1970s and early 80s, his career was revived by a landmark telemarketing campaign that blanketed the country's local stations with pitches for All My Best, a greatest hits collection. Geared towards the pre-Elvis generation, whose baby boomer kids no longer controlled the parent stereo, All My Best sales soared and drove Whitman in follow-up ads to declare himself the biggest selling record star in TV music history. He also claimed to have sold more albums than the Beatles and Presley combined, at least 120 million by some accounts. Whether accurate or not, Whitman was ubiquitous for a few years, and the ads drove renewed interest in a graceful singer whose style predates the similarly mellifluous Roy Orbison. You can hear that voice, sad and sweet, in Cool Water Below. So Slim Whitman, see, that's where this show goes. You know, we start talking about stuff, and then we just strain to Slim Whitman. I enjoyed Mars Attacks. Oh God, don't get me started on Destroy. I love Destroy All Humans. Who's Slim Whitman? Slim Whitman was a country star back in the pre-Elvis era. So anyway, yeah, there's actually a third game, Path of a Furon, which I have yet to play. It was only released in the Europe, so I mean, it was tough. It's kind of tough to get a hold of. You can't get StreamYards to work? Oh, that's interesting. Let me see if that's... Anyway. So while you can't get to work? So I think it was only available. Was it available on PS3? I think it was a PS3 game. Deadpool. Yeah, I think it's only a PS3 game. Well, anyways, it's floating around out there somewhere. Been a little under the weather, but recovering. And once again, let's re-welcome Mecca to the stream. Everyone, Mecca Random 42.
Can't hear anything audio wise, no matter what I change it to. So,
Maybe the tab is muted? Well, let me see. Check the default speaker settings, maybe. Oh, she's having some audio issues. So let's go on to the first story, okay? First of all, we got a new doctor. We got 2 doctors for the price of 1. So this guy, whomever he is, not entirely sure who this dude is. 29-year-old. That we can't say that. That is verboten. Actor Nakuti Gatwa, named as the next Doctor Who lead. Nakuti Gatwa, who is best known for his performance in Netflix's You Know What, will replace Dr. Jodie Whittaker Scrunchface as the next lead in Doctor Who. The BBC announced Sunday. There aren't quite words to describe how I'm feeling. A mix of deeply honored, beyond excited, and of course a little bit scared, Gatwa said in a BBC press release. The role and show means so much to many around the world, including myself, and each one of my incredibly talented predecessors has handled that unique responsibility and privilege with the utmost care, except for Jodie. I will endeavor my most to do the same. My utmost to do the same. Whittaker became the first woman to play the Doctor when she was appointed as the TARDIS traveling Time Lord in 2017. Last July, the BBC said she would be bowing out of the show, leaving what she said was the best job she ever had after season 13. Gatwa, who has been nominated for Best Male Performance in a Comedy Program at this year's BAFTAs, the British Association, BAFTA, yeah. I used to know what it meant, but not anymore. Will now become the 14th Doctor in the show. Up until now, he's best known for his role as Eric Afyong in You Know What, a fictional series which follows students seeking advice from an underground You Know What therapy clinic at school. Gatwa sounds like American Pie. Gatwa was awarded the Best Actor Award at the Scottish BAFTAs in 2020 for his role in that series. Doctor Who showrunner Russell T Davies said in a press release, sometimes talent walks through the door, and it's so bright and bold and brilliant, I just stand back in awe and thank my lucky stars. Nakuti dazzled us, seized hold of the Doctor, and owned the TARDIS keys in seconds. Gatwa joins the long-running sci-fi series, which an alien Time Lord who travels across space and time, ahead of its 60th anniversary in 2023. The generation of Doctors has included Christopher Eccleston, the new generation of Doctors, David Tennant, Matt Smith, and Peter Capaldi. So, there we go. Yeah, seems like an okay guy. I've never seen this show he's in, so I can't speak to his acting ability. But yeah, he seems humble. He didn't say anything about, oh, this is a great opportunity for, they're going to say representation, though. They're going to say representation. What's it about? It's about representation. That's BS, though. I mean, because like I said, nobody's ever really represented. How are any of you represented? I saw my 360 copy, Destroy Humans. Yes. I saw my PS2 copies of that. How are anybody represented? Well, being better than Jodie is a very low bar. That's the thing. Being better than Jodie is quite a low bar. But that's the one they managed to clear. What was the best job Scrunchface had? Jeez. Well, it's not like she has. Listen, the only other thing I seen scrunch face in was Broadchurch. She was good in Broadchurch. Then again, everybody was in Broadchurch. Chin Balls was behind Broadchurch. That's probably where he got the idea to cast her. And I will give him that Broadchurch was very good. But just because you could do Broadchurch doesn't mean you could do Doctor Who. You know, she seemed rather likable in it. You know, and so, you know, who knew that she was just underneath the surface? There was a, you know what? You know, I'm trying to find her. Let's see, Broadford, Jodie Whittaker, scrunch face. Yeah, she can't help. She can't not make the scrunch face. I think she just thinks like she just thinks that's showing emotion. You know, the whole scrunch face. You know, the scrunch face should give some emotion. Scrunch face. So yeah, so this is a lot of actors get confused when it's showing emotions. Scrunch face. Yeah. Senior Six, $2. Peter Dinklage. Where's Peter Dinklage representation? I demand Peter Dinklage in blackface representation. I'm black, and I never ask for or care about if the doctor's black. Give me a character with adventures I can enjoy. That's kind of the whole thing. StreamYards isn't letting me change the audio no matter what. I'm tired of trying it. It's not even doing it on headphones or the phone. Okay. I don't know what's wrong there. She's either showing emotion. Maybe the only thing I could think of is maybe the browser is blocking it. I don't know why, but I don't know. Should be Rupert Booth. Yeah, Rupert Booth's good. A lot of people had their hearts set on Richard Ayoade, the whatchamacallit guy, the guy from IT Crowd. Update system, maybe. You know, so there's Jodie in Broadchurch. So, like I said, you know, she was good in that, but like I said, just because you're good in one thing doesn't mean you're not necessarily be good at another. Gene Simmons played Doctor. This is Gene Simmons. Hello, it's Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons of Kiss is going to, you know, we wrote a song called Doctor Love. They call me Doctor Love. Yes, it's Gene Simmons of Kiss. Kiss invented everything. Kiss invented Doctor Who. They call me Doctor Love. Surprised they didn't throw it. Just give him time. Give him time. Give him time. Yes, he's like super gay. Oh my, he's like George. Oh, he's like, oh, just how gay is he now? Ooh, oh my, yes, they should get me to play the Doctor. I say, why not? Ooh, oh my. So, Jerry Clarkson played the Doctor or James May. Hello, viewers. Yeah, Idris Elba, only black actor that they can name. Hello, viewers. James May, you know, he hangs out in his pub in I can't remember where his pub is. So anyway, Doctor Who news. So we got two doctors for the price of one today. William Shatner. If William Shatner was 30 years younger, maybe. Super game. He's a character. Yeah, let's go to the superhero SmackDown. Okay. Oh boy. So I saw Doctor Strange in the Multitude of Madness. Whatever it is. What is the name of that movie? I don't even remember. It's okay. Now. Doctor. Yeah, yes, Dr. Whammon, like Dr. Lady Jody Whammon and the Multitude of Whammon.
Dr. Lady Whammon and Wanda's fake imaginary children of Whammons.
Oh my God.
I'm so tired of people caring about fake imaginary children this week. Wrong week for this Dr. Whammon. Since I can't get on in there.
Did you maybe the browser's blocked?
I think so. I think there's like a browser update or something, and yeah, I couldn't get it to work.
Well, if you
I tried my headphones and it's like it would not let me select the head
up here and you probably.
Oh, I did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doctor Strange and the Multitude of Women.
Well, unless you did something in there.
No, I didn't. I haven't done a thing from in there in ages.
Okay. Well, that might be it, but yeah, it wasn't.
Update the browser.
Let me try that last. Let me try one more.
Okay. Problem recasting sometimes.
It's the speakers though. That's the problem. Is it's not playing to the speakers.
Well, it has to.
Like there's no audio no matter what it selects because
Let me see. This is we're doing some tech. No, I'm not
don't
sure.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's too late.
Hey,
you go into settings.
Yeah, we're gonna get. We'll get to that. Sander Hammerslag.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll worry about it.
And I'll play my Pike, my Captain Pike sketch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using.
I'm
this.
gonna upload the Doctor Who trailer.
Yeah.
Doctor Who trailer.
Okay, so Doctor Wanda and the Multitude of Women.
Doctor Strange's ex-wife.
And his ex-wife. Oh, for God's sake. You know, listen. Where do I even start? Okay, for the record, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Wanda. Okay, for the record, I don't hate this movie. Okay? This is going to sound strange. I do not hate this movie. But they don't give me any real reason to like it either. I know that's a weird thing to say. All right, so we're getting into spoilers, okay? So it starts out, he's having a dream and he's running around the Nexus or whatever it is with a freaking America Chavez. And so America Chavez, gets thrown through a portal, and Doctor Strange wakes up in his bed. And he goes to his ex-wife's, whatever she is, ex-wife. I don't know, whatever it is. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that part. I'm gonna get to my reasoning why you're right, Morbid. So okay, so he's at his ex-wife's wedding. Okay, and then we see it's a very diverse affair. And then we see that there's a tentacle monster chasing a girl, and that girl's America Chavez. He saves America Chavez from the tentacle monster, and oh yeah, I have my superpower is jumping across the multiverse. All right, okay, so we find out that Wanda is still clinging to the fantasy world of her two imaginary sons. Now, all this tells me Remember when I said that? I said a while back that Wanda did not suffer any consequences for her actions. Oh, but she learned a lesson. No, she didn't. Yeah, they went full Krieger with the yeah, I'm getting to that. I'm going to get to that. Oh, Cesario, I don't care about that. So okay, so all right. So I'm going to try to be as concise as possible. All right. So we find out that America Chavez's power is jumping around the multiverse. And that's why Wanda wants her. Why? I don't know. Because I guess in some timeline there must be those kids must be real. So Wanda's still doing her thing. She talks to him strange and okay, yada yada yada. Okay, and turns out there's Book of Ashanti. They need the Book of Ashanti for some reason. It's just a convoluted mess. And they bury a zombie Strange on the rooftop with Wong. Then they go to a universe of New York that's very clean. They meet up with Bruce Campbell. Turns out Doctor Strange in that universe wasn't a hero, but they built a yeah. So they built a statue to him just to sell the idea that he's a hero. But turns out the Illuminati killed him. So he gets brought in front of Professor Xavier. And this is the thing he gets brought in front of the Illuminati. He gets captured and then gets brought in front of the quote unquote Illuminati. Apparently, there are Ultron robots in this universe. It's Professor Xavier, Black Bolt, Blackagar, Boltagon, Black Bolt, Captain Carter, Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, and Reed Richards. She is and she isn't. They never say that she liked to lick carpet, but she says, "Oh, it's important for representation." Well, she's a kid too, so it'd be kind of creepy if they. Yeah. So okay, so Professor Xavier, okay, Mordo. Oh, we can't trust him. We can't trust him. Yada yada. Okay, they killed that Strange. Black Bolt killed that Strange, that version of him. Maria Rambeau. Yeah. Okay, I think you're right. I think you're right, Mr. MH. Freaking what's her face? Lashana Lynch. It's freaking Lashana Lynch. And Lashana Lynch, who is still listen. What do people see in Lashana Lynch? Okay. She is downright harsh on the eyes, and I don't have any wiggle room. I shouldn't be talking, okay? Jesse Milestone said it about her. She is just fucking ugly. And I hate saying that about anybody. Okay? I really do. There is nothing attractive about Lashana Lynch in this movie. So, okay, they make a big deal. So they make a big deal about the Illuminati and Black Bolt and Reed Richards. They confront Wanda, and she's wiping everybody out. Oh, Black Bolt can kill you with a whisper. Oh, but he has no mouth. And so she seals his mouth shut and his head implodes. And so she spaghettifies Reed Richards. And for some strange reason, Captain Carter and Lashana Lynch there last the longest. Because women power? Captain Carter gets sliced in half by the shield. And Lashana Lynch, they go full Gary Mitchell on her. They bring a statue down on top of her. She's diverse. Yeah, that's important. So let me see if I can find a. Let's see if I can find a picture of this. But it's just completely kind of wasted, though. Oh yeah, the Illuminati, the Illuminati, the Illuminati. It's a wasted fucking thing. Pardon my language. All it is okay. You have Reed Richards, then you have the what if version of. Looks like they took that picture down. Somebody they probably let me see. Did they take that picture down? Maybe I'm wording the search wrong. Oh, well, it looks like somebody at Disney Marvel. Actually, here it is. Granted, it's not the best picture. Yeah. Okay. Granted, Gary Mitchell references his one weakness was a giant statue fall on him. So okay, so here's the yeah. Okay, I give him props for John actually doing the right casting, John Krasinski, but looks like he could have gotten to a little better shape. There's Black Bolt from the Inhumans, Captain Carter. Listen, I'll watch Haley Atwell read the phone book, okay? But you know what? I don't want to see her as a knockoff Captain America. I really don't. Captain Carter. I'm like, no. All you're doing is you're trying what? Well, I'm trying not to. I got my back scratcher. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be generous here. Like I said, all the Captain Carter thing is an attempt to justify what you've done in What If. And to make people like, oh, Captain Carter should have their own series. Like, no. Captain Carter should not have her own movie or own series or whatever. if What If is canon, then I didn't watch What If. Okay. So Captain Marvel can be taken out by a fallen statue. So powerful. Yeah. Gary Mitchell reference. His one weakness was a giant statue falling on him. Yeah. Now, I don't doubt that even though John Krasinski, listen, like I said, because survivors deep space, but not statues falling on him. Now, the thing is, I want to see the Fantastic Four done right. And Doctor Strange even had this little line in it. He goes, "Oh yeah, you're from what I know, you were big in the '60s." Okay, you know what? Ha ha ha! Very funny. Maybe this version of Reed Richards will be, maybe some kind of time dilation or something. Time will move faster slower in the multiverse, allowing him to age more slowly. But I imagine what this is doing, this is actually making people, because a lot of people were hoping for a race swapped Reed Richards. Some people were. I know there's a lot of people. You know, I got to say, but like I said, this is a completely wasted thing here. If you're going to have Reed Richards in it, why don't you just put him in as a cameo at the end? You know, Dr. Richards, and he turns around and it's John Krasinski. Yeah. That's what we know about this. We need to, we're about, we're going to talk to a guy taking an elevator ride up to the 40th floor. Yeah. Who's this guy? Someone who will be able to explain all this. Dr. Richards. And he turns around and it's Reed Richards. Well, no, but Reed Richards must be smart, but this one, no. He'll just tell Wanda the Black Bolt voice will destroy her. But you can't have anybody be stronger than the women. That's the problem. And this felt like okay, so the other thing too is, all right, America Chavez gets freed and she punches the glass and yada yada. And the climax of this movie, and this is the spoiler, the climax of the movie is America Chavez is she's, they're the big fight between Strange and he's got the dark magic and everything, and they say to America Chavez, you've had the power all along. The zombie Strange says you've had the power all along. So apparently she just needed to realize that she was holding herself back, and so she could just punch Wanda into prison. What the fuck kind of sense does this make? Isn't this typical of these kind of movies now? Oh, you had the power all along. All you needed to do was realize it. It's so stupid. It really is. It is the most stupid. These movies are getting worse, and this felt like two movies. This really did. This felt like two movies. It felt like Sam Raimi had his Doctor Strange movie that he wanted to make, and it felt like Kevin Feige saying, "No, you have to put Wanda Maximoff in this." And this very much feels like an extra episode of WandaVision, which I did not like in the first place. WandaVision, whose showrunner said the real villain is grief. And the thing that irks me about WandaVision is the ending where they said they'll never know what you sacrificed. Apparently she didn't sacrifice anything because she's still trying to recreate her make-believe family. They just let her fly off. And she's still at it. That's CW level story writing. Oh, they'll never know. And the bad guy just walks away. Well, who's going to stop her? Doctor Strange comes in with the staff of Ba or something. I don't know. They spent all that money. S.H.I.E.L.D. spent all that money developing a prison for superheroes and supervillains, the Raft. You're telling me they couldn't come up with a way to trap her? It's getting, listen. I know that, okay, I shouldn't be reading too much into this or whatever. Staff of Ba, I don't know. That's just something I just pulled out of my ass. But I listen, I know there's a lot of suspension of disbelief, but there's just things that are just too idiotic to suspend my disbelief over. And the other thing too is, yeah, you had characters. Yeah, what Strange said to Wands regarding Westview in the apple tree field infuriated me. Are you kidding me, Doctor? Yeah, you have characters acting like idiots. But like I said, though, I mean, this whole thing, like Reed Richards acting like an idiot. And like I said, and I understand you have to suspend your disbelief. You have to suspend your disbelief. But there's no way I believe the smartest man in the universe is going to allow himself to be beaten by Wanda Maximoff or to make such stupid decisions. So anyway, we saw how bad this movie was. And we thought, hey, this would be make a good fake trailer. So I'm going to show you guys the fake trailer we came up with. And this is going to be on N.A.P.S channel. You want to see it, check it out over there. But I'm going to play it for you here. So Okay, we're gonna take a look here. Share. Okay. All right, here we go. The WandaVision, whatever trailer. Here we go. He's the Sorcerer Supreme. At least he was until he got blinked out of existence by Thanos. Now, watch as Dr. Stephen Strange rescues everyone's least favorite Marvel hero, America Chavez, from a giant one-eyed tentacle monster. Wait, did they just go full hentai? Here I thought Krieger's tentacle section on Archer was weird. When Wanda Maximoff threatens the multiverse with destruction in order to protect her make-believe children, it'll be up to Earth's mightiest heroes to stop her. Unfortunately, they are not in this movie. Now, Marvel will call in the Practice Squad. Benedict Cumberbatch, Elizabeth Olsen, and, okay, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. In WandaVision, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Women. You know, you kill Iron Man and Captain America, and you turn Thor into a fat guy, what do you expect? My advice, lock down Tom Holland as Peter Parker for a very long time. Because that's all you got, really. So there it is, the Doctor Strange fake trailer. Yeah, actually, you know, it's somewhat notable that she killed Black Bolt, who was played by Anson Mount, and Professor Xavier is played by Charles Xavier. Professor Xavier played by Patrick Stewart. She's killed 2 Star Trek captains in the same movie within 5 minutes. America, but freaking America Chavez, people. America fucking Chavez. I'll just show you. This is what they're banking the future of the MCU on. This is what they want. This is what they want. She literally, and I mean literally, goes back in time and jumps in front of Captain America to punch Hitler. This is what they want. This is the future of the MCU. This is what they are going for. Wanda, yeah. She has to jump in front of Captain America and steal his victory. Serious, I'm like, can you be more blatant? And they're gonna, like I said, they're gonna be shameless about this. And when the I'm not, listen. This movie did well over this weekend. Okay, made $90 million. People are starved for anything decent. Okay, after being locked up in the house for so long. Yeah, you're gonna have this. You're gonna have America Chavez. You're gonna have Brie Larson. You're gonna have what's her face, the Ms. Marvel there. I mean, they're Wanda. Future is female. I'm lamenting the days of the MCU when the MCU was I thought was good. I didn't think it was going to get this bad. I really didn't. Yes, Anthony Way, I did see the movie. Yes, I did. And like I said, I don't hate it, but there's no real reason for me to like it either. So there you go. She-Thor. Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? The Natalie Portman stands were attacking me on Twitter because I said Natalie Portman was only maybe she was 4'11". And they took, oh, you spread false information about Natalie Portman. Go see Thor: Love and Thunder July 8th. So Natalie Portman claims to be she claims to be 5'3", and I said, come on, she's got to be closer to 4'11". And they took exception to that, and I said, listen, there's nothing wrong with him. If she has to stand on a box, that's just movie making, you know. Bogart stood on a box at the end of Casablanca. But there's like, oh, well, what evidence do you have? Like, okay, well, clearly there's someone who's wearing heels, and take away those 3-inch heels, and clearly she comes up to about yay high on Chris Hemsworth. He towers over her. Now, okay. Now, this is the picture I saw. This picture actually has been making the rounds on Twitter. Let's see if I can enlarge that a little bit. So this happens when I produce a show myself. All right, now you remember the photo before? She was barely up to his chest. Now she's up to right about here. Come on. She's standing on a fucking box. Just admit it. Come on, you idiots. Dudes ain't usually tall. Usually taller. My father is very taller. Yeah, I'm taller. Yeah, she struggles to hold the prop hammer. Yeah. Come on, like I said, it's movie making. You don't have to be a jackass about it. And like I said, you know, who doesn't exaggerate about their height? Everybody exaggerates a little bit about their height. I wouldn't doubt if, like, her agent says, "How tall are you?" I'm 5 foot, 4'11", 5 foot. Honey, you're not gonna get a lot of roles if you're under 5 feet. You're 5'3". Okay. All right, so that's enough of that. All right, it's time to talk about. Yes. All right, show the box. Let me see. Is there a picture? Not. Let me see. Is she standing on a box? Probably. No, they probably won't show it. No, well, who cares? Who cares? They gotta live. They gotta live with standing for a 2-bit actress. I don't get the whole stand subculture. I really don't. Much as I love the Beatles, I don't stand for Paul McCartney, man. Okay, now it is time to go to Trek news. That's when we have our little friend Timmy with This Week in Trek. All right. Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Premiered this week. The end of Picard. Picard ended. Picard is abysmal. Okay. Picard is absolutely abysmal. What about the muscle mass? She work out or CGI? Might get CGI enhanced because she's a vegan and she lets you know every opportunity. So Picard is terrible. We know that. Strange New Worlds. Again, another case. I didn't hate it. Doesn't give me enough reasons to like it, though. Our good friend Robert Meyer Burnett said this is the new Coke of Star Trek. There are things they get right about this. There are things about Strange New Worlds that they get right. Okay. I like Anson Mount as Captain Pike. I like Ethan Peck. I really didn't mind as Spock. I like that it's brightly lit. He misses his sister. He misses his sister, Sissy.
And I miss her too. Oh, and I miss her too, Captain Pike says.
Yes, I miss her too. Everybody should be standing around when Mike.
The video's public now, so.
When she's not on stage, everyone should be saying, and on screen, where's Mikey Spock? Let me bring up the here. Okay, hold on. I need a nice big shot of everybody. Okay, I don't want that. Okay. Oh, it's kind of nice. The world's okay. All right, it's kind of a big picture right there. Again, yeah, after 6 years of trying, it would be time they got some things right. Yeah, that's true. Strange New World. No, this is actually not that woke, but it's not.
The Dupree thing. He's like, I'll tell you when I'm okay with and when I'm not. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a little woke.
So okay, but this episode, Pike is there's first contact with alien species, which is kind of cool. Okay, it's a cool premise. First contact goes wrong. All right. That's actually a pretty good premise for any Star Trek story. And then they cut to Montana, and Pike is riding his horse around a bunch of wind farms. Actually, no, he's making breakfast for some hot captain chick. I'm like, oh, Pike did the giggity. Oh, cool. And so I go, you going to answer that? I answer, nope, not going to answer it. So he doesn't answer his communicator. So he's riding around his horse. Captain, guy, shuttle parks himself down there. Oh, we need to come back, Pike. The number one's gone, missing. We need to come. You're the only guy coming. Random prize is ready. Well, you need to come back, Pike. I'm not going back. This sucks. You suck. The Starfleet sucks. I'm afraid I'm going to die. Okay, so Pike goes back. And I gotta say, I like the guy who plays Captain April. I like, listen, they race swapped a character that you saw once in a cartoon. You know what? I'm not too broken up over that. All right, so, but there's other things I have problems with. Okay. All right, so they go and they have the Archer, and turns out they go to this planet, and turns out it's a pre-warp civilization. They're developing warp drive, warp capable technology. Turns out it's not warp. It's not a warp drive. It's a warp bomb. Okay, but how would it be a warp bomb? They never really. How would they take that? Maybe an antimatter bomb or something? They're really not that clear. So they go down to the planet disguised as the alien people. It's that the indigenous population is disguised as. Okay, with La'an Noonien Singh. She has to make sure she says La'an. Hi, I'm La'an Noonien Singh. All right, so they disguise himself, and they all right. We have to find them. Oh, they're over here. Yada yada. And they're in the elevator scene, and then the disguise is starting to wear off. Okay, and so They get past the retina scan, and so we need a booster shot. Oh, we need a booster. Let's beam it down directly into Spock's head. Was it Spock's head? They had to beam it down to Spock. I didn't know transporters were capable of this. So they beamed it down into Spock's head, and so he's okay. Then he passes the retina scan, and the end of the later scene, and the people, and then the ears, and okay. They find number one, and they find the rest of the crew, and the gene therapy wears off. Spock lets out a scream. Oh, that's better now. And so they literally say, "Take me to your leader." And it turns out this planet has been unrest, civil unrest for decades, and maybe hundreds of years. It's been under civil unrest. And the warp technology that they developed the bomb with, they said, this is, proves I have the bigger stick, and that's we're going to bring peace to the planet, and yada, yada. All right. And Nitpicking Nerd actually pointed this out. You ever notice when they beam down these planets, it's always run by women? I mean, women, boy, they're giving women a bad name. Spock got something beamed down into his head. They beamed the booster shot directly into his bloodstream? They said transporters don't work like that. Well, make it work like that. Also, per Muck Time, Spock said T'Pring haven't seen each other since they're about 7 years old. Yeah. You see, what happened is actually T'Pring and Spock. T'Pring said, "Spock, while you're away on the Enterprise, I shall be here on Vulcan. I plan to start my own snack food company. I'm going to call it T'Pringles." So, all right. Okay, so they foreshadowed this earlier. He's watching the data. Pike's watching the data Earth stood still. So the aliens, okay, you stop. Okay, yeah. We've all seen it. All right, so Pike said, "Okay, the two biggest." Okay, she says the lady leader of the aliens says, "Oh yeah, I have to prove I have the bigger stick," and so Pike orders the Enterprise into the atmosphere. And seeing the spaceship, that forces the two sides together to come negotiate. So Pike beams down to the middle of negotiations and says, "Hey, you know what? We were a lot like you, and we learned, and a lot of people died because of that. And you people are about where we were, and so you need to get your act together." So they get their act together, and basically, there's the epilogue with Captain Robert April. And yeah, good job, but you broke the Prime Directive. Oh well, but okay. So all right. So a few things. Let's start with this thing. What he gets right. Okay, they talk out solving a problem. They actually discuss what to do rather than to go in guns blazing, or just stand around and wait for Mikey Spock to solve it. Okay, that's good. That's Star Trek. They actually use an allegory, modern day allegory for storytelling. Okay, that's Star Trek. They show both sides what would happen. He has to actually make a moral decision to break the Prime Directive in order to rescue his people and to prevent these people from using Starfleet technology that they had gotten because they saw through a radio telescope the Discovery going into the future. That's dumb. That is a dumb thing. So there's Mikey Spock still has a malignant influence upon this universe. So that's a dumb thing. I like some of the characters. I like Pike. I like number one. I like Spock is actually kind of growing on me a little bit. He's not there yet, but it's not. I have nothing against Ethan Peck. Yeah, it is. It is a convoluted kind of story. But like I said, what I didn't like is the sort of, Captain Pike was a very straight laced kind of guy. And this is the whole PTSD thing. I mean, yeah, they're kind of beating it to death right now or in the early stages. The other thing I didn't like was hold on, I gotta sneeze again. The whole episode, a lot of people are liking looser atmosphere. I'm not one for the looser atmosphere. I like sort of the sort of uptight, by the book Starfleet thing. I don't like the whole, the bridge crew clapping back at the captain. Oh, geez, this always happens when I'm in the chair. That kind of thing. And there was even the obligatory elevator scene. And to me, this comes off as a less competent, less interesting, less engaging, and more boring version of the Orville. This it's closer to Star Trek, but they don't really understand how to make Star Trek. And I likened it to watching a Beatle cover band of a Beatle cover band that are playing the wrong instruments. Again, they looked at the Orville and said, "Oh, this is what people." This is just my speculation. My guess is they looked at the Orville and said, "Oh, this is what people want. This is what they want." And it's not that we want the Orville, is that the Orville has the room for the looser atmosphere and for that kind of thing because it is a parody. It is a tribute. It is inspired by Star Trek. Star Trek doesn't need to be inspired by Star Trek because it is Star Trek. No, the Santa Hammer's Lag. They're playing Ruddle songs. Star Trek doesn't need to be inspired by Star Trek because it already is Star Trek. That's the thing. That's what they don't get. This already is Star Trek. You don't need to go. You don't need to go to something that's already 2, 3, or 4 times removed. The other thing I can't stand, of course, La'an has a tragic backstory. I was the only survivor. The Gorn set me adrift. They killed everybody. Tragic backstories don't make characters interesting in and of themselves. All that to me is saying is, hey, how can we make everybody this deep and complex character, but not actually have to do, let's give a tragic backstory. Oh, well, Batman's a deep and complex character because it's a tragic backstory. Yeah, but they put the work into it. Giving someone you're right, Senator Hammer's like the Gorn. Yeah, they retconned the Gorn. They retconned Arena. You can't tell me, Kirk didn't have knowledge of the Gorn because they didn't share it with him. No. You encounter a new species, it goes into their database, and they probably would send out a brief. Yeah, Pike on the Enterprise encountered a new species called the Gorn. Or something like that, Yeah, it's 25% different enough. Everybody, and Uhura is supposed to have a tragic backstory. Imagine Dr. Christine Chapel's going to have a tragic backstory. Everybody's going to have let's share our trauma. Star Trek therapy session. It's like I said, they get the visuals, but they don't get. They don't, like I said, they don't know how to read the map. Yes, I'm trying. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing that. And the people, they sent 5 episodes out to critics. The critics got, and I have a feeling they front loaded everything. They front loaded it with the 5 best episodes, and I really do have a feeling that this is going to fall off a cliff in a hurry. This is going to take a quick nosedive after episode 5. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and I would gladly be like to admit it. I would, if this is going to get better, I will be the first one to tell you. However, I don't think I am. Everyone faking the price is trauma blocked. Yes. Oh yeah, and Captain and James Kirk's brother Sam, who dies in Operation Annihilate, is on the bridge. I don't know why. Yeah, well, who doesn't like a little interracial giggity? But all right. So I got a feeling, like I said, this is going to fall off a cliff. Like I said, I don't hate this, but I want to like it, but it doesn't give me a reason to. All right, so something I saw something on Twitter. A guy said he had fed every episode that Pike appeared in Star Trek, and was going to feed the. Yes, Kirk has a brother, Sam. He actually also references Sam in the episode What Little Girls Are Made Of. Let me see. Hold on. Sam. What Little Girls Are. Let me see. Let me see. Act 1. Kirk beams down. Drop it. Hold on. Dr. Corby was never here. Let me see. There's a line. Kirk. Please don't ask me to make that choice. Hold on. Act 4. Memorable quotes. Dr. Brown, Corby, and Chapel. A thing is not a woman. Corby to Chapel. Andrea. Okay, now strike him. Eating is a pleasure, sir. Unfortunately, one you will never know. Perhaps, but I will never starve. Android, hold on. Aren't you exactly on the computer? There was a sets and prompts continuity here. When Kirk and the android Kirk are discussing Kirk's brother Sam, it is said that Sam has 3 sons. In the episode Operation Annihilate, one of these sons, Peter, is encountered. So, yeah, it's Bill Shatner. Yeah, it's Bill Shatner wearing a mustache. So, so there is, there's the picture of him. If you bring it up. Again, William Shatner just wearing a mustache. So. All right. So that's Kirk's brother Sam from Operation Annihilate. I miss the old trick where they discover new alien races. Hardest thing for the crew to overcome was to have sex with the aliens. Yeah. All right. So a guy on Twitter called Accident Prone Pike, he forced a bot to watch every episode that Pike was in, and then he had a bot write a script, and I decided I was going to dramatically reenact that script. And so I have this for you now. This is a dramatic reenactment of the Pike AI script from Accident Prone Pike. Everyone, please enjoy. Captain's log, stardate 33-647.47. We've been orbiting a Class M gravitational anomaly for days. The Enterprise is crippled. We cannot go to warp because the parking brake is on. The straits have never been more dire. Pike exits the turbolift and sits down on the bridge. We will not fire our phasers because this is Starfleet. We do not leave people or aliens behind us, especially mushrooms. The crew falls in love with Pike. Pike does not notice that the crew has fallen in love with him. Here at Starfleet, we believe in compassion, service, sacrifice. Maybe God and science too. I believe in love. I am in love with a horse. Number 1 kicks his butt. Pike is confused and ethical. Back at the academy, I Bixar Darks Zimdlef Dudgubuk Piffle Bleak. The universal translator has malfunctioned.
Zirkvin Dobeep Jeglurg Zoop.
Brugdoffel kämpft Gleben Jirpop. The turbolift enters and the chief medical officer enters. Where is the captain of the space vehicle Enterprise? Pike is suddenly kidnapped by aliens. Ah, there you go. Star Trek Zoo Eden. We're up for a Peabody. That one's going right into the Museum of Radio and Television. Okay, so that's all for the Star Trek news. I said, I got a feeling, like I said, Strange New Worlds is going to fall off a cliff. I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. But this is probably the best thing we've got. So, which is pretty sad. So, let's do some animal news. Okay? Because Marlon Perkins would be very proud. This is why you should always lock the car. Video shows bear trapped inside Connecticut car and freaking out. Cody Gelati found a black bear in his mother-in-law's vehicle in Cornwall, in the state's rural Northwest, after it tore up the inside of his truck. A northwestern Connecticut man thought something was afoot when his mother-in-law's car lights switched on Friday evening while she was in bed. When he went outside to check, he found a black bear trapped in the cabin. It looked like a teenage kid that passed out in his car after a long night of partying, and his mom caught him, Cody Gelati told NBC Connecticut, describing the bear as looking stunned. The animal had first rampaged through Gelati's truck before it headed to his mother-in-law's vehicle. I think it opened it up, and there was no food in my truck, Gelati said to NBC Connecticut. There was an empty McDonald's bag and a couple of other things in her car. So I think he just kind of moved things around my seat looking for stuff. Couldn't find anything and left and went into my mother-in-law's car. Gelati said he thought the scene was very, very funny until the bear started freaking out and rocking the car back and forth. The Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, or DEEP, responded and opened the door with a rope, eventually evicting the bear with a beanbag. Gelati admitted that after he assessed the damage to his own vehicle, he found that his daughter may have left a cookie, and that might have been why it was in the truck. So there's video. There's video of this. Now, I certainly, the bear was after a picnic basket. So let's take a look here. So there's the bear. It doesn't look too distressed there. So here's the bear.
I mean, it's almost like in a driver's seat. Well, yeah. Yeah. It looked like a, teenage kid that passed out in his car after a long night of party. It was almost like a deer in headlights. It was just stunned. Seat. Well, yeah. Teenage kid that passed out in his car after a long night of partying and his mom caught him. It was really, really funny. When he started moving and freaking out and the car was rocking back and forth, that's when I was, realized, hey, this bear is about to come busting out of here.
But before the bear came face to face with Gelati and a deep N.C police officer called in to help, the bear made quite the mess.
All right. Well, the bear is like, what do you do? What do? You wake up. You have. Do you realize that? Yeah. Well. No. Do you realize that 80% of people here will not know who Marlon Perkins was? Yeah, I do, but I don't care. It's my show, damn it. So
stop number 1, Gelati's truck.
So at first it had gone over to my Toyota here, which I just got. Just kind of tore the seat, and actually it looks like,
obviously he wanted to go for a test drive.
That might have been why he was in the truck.
Then the bear changed course, making his way to Grandma's car.
Yeah,
Grandma's car. So it was looking for the car that was just right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I think they get some serious defumigation here.
It's completely wrecked. Door panels all off.
Look at that. Tore apart the interior.
It's shot,
Oh man.
It doesn't look like it did too much damage up here. But you see his paw prints all over.
It's a Mazda, I think.
Gelati says the bear made sure to mark his territory.
It stinks to high heaven.
Before the officer deployed a beanbag round, scaring it off.
Bears apparently can open up doors. Are you surprised?
Oh, yes. No, not at all. I mean, I see bears all the time.
Hey, bears are clever. Bears are smarter than you think. It gets cold, and they go to sleep. So that wake me up in the spring.
I'm not surprised one little bit.
Gelati bets it'll be back.
Do you have a name for it, a nickname or anything?
No, not at all. I don't want him getting that friendly with me.
Oh, we know his name. It's Melman. It's Melman Adam. That's my producer. Okay, so a bear in a car looking for his picnic basket. So there you go. So that's any more animal news? Let me see. I think that's it. Okay, let's take a look here. Not seeing animal news here. What was that? Oh, pooped in a pool? I don't see it here. Okay, well. Other news, Dave Chappelle was attacked on stage. It's getting hard out there for a pimp. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. Okay, let's take a look here. Actually, this is actually a more common story than you think. Yeah. Woman bought a sculpture at Goodwill for $34.99. It was actually missing ancient Roman bust. An ancient Roman bust from around the 1st century had been missing for decades. It's finally made its way to the San Antonio Museum of Art. And all it took was for one artist to buy it from a Texas Goodwill for under $40. In 2018, art collector Laura Young was shopping at a Goodwill store in Austin, Texas, when she stumbled upon a sculpture on the floor beneath a table, according to the San Antonio Museum of Art. Someone that looks for undervalued or rare art pieces, Young told the art newspaper, there's an art newspaper? Apparently. She bought the piece for $34.99, and a picture of it after she bought it shows it buckled up in her car with a price tag on the cheek. After buying the bust, Young noticed it looked very old and worn. She also wanted to find out when, and where it came from. Over the next couple of years, Young consulted with experts in art history at the University of Texas at Austin, and those at auction houses across the United States looking for answers. Eventually, Jörg Detterling, Jörg Detterling, a consultant for fine arts brokerage Sotheby's, identified the bust as a piece that was once in a German museum decades ago and connected with her German authorities. Turns out the sculpture is from the late 1st century BC to early 1st century AD. The museum believes it depicts a son of Pompey the Great, who was defeated in civil war by Julius Caesar, while the art newspaper reported the bust is believed to depict Roman commander Drusus Germanicus. The bust had belonged to King Ludwig I of Bavaria, who lived from 1786 to 1868 and was part of a full-scale model he built of a house from Pompeii called the, I can't pronounce that, Pompejanum in Aschwinberg, Germany. Hey, that's about as close as I can get it, okay? The model stood for nearly 200 years, but during World War II, it was severely damaged by Allied bombers. No one is quite sure how the bust went from being nearly destroyed to the Austin goodwill, but the museum noted the U.S. Army established bases in Aschwinberg that were in use until the Cold War, so a Texas soldier likely took it before returning home. It's a great story whose plot includes the World War II era international diplomacy, art of the ancient Mediterranean, thrift shop sleuthing, historic Bavarian royalty, and thoughtful stewardship of those who care for and preserve the arts, whether as individuals or institutions. Emily Ballou Neff Kelso, director at the museum, said in a statement, as part of an agreement with the Bavarian administration of state-owned palaces, gardens, and lakes, the Roman bust will be on display at the San Antonio Museum of Art from now until May 21, 2023. Afterwards, it will finally return to Germany. Leila Amendola, Young's lawyer, told USA Today she worked with Young on the ownership issues, and she wasn't the rightful owner of the bust because it was given away or sold to someone. Young did receive a finder's fee for returning the bust, but Amendola did not disclose the amount. Young said she was excited to discover the bust's origins, but added it was bittersweet since she couldn't keep it or sell it. Either way, I'm glad I got to be a small part of its long and complicated history. He looked great in the house while I had him, she said. So there you go. There's the bust. It's got a looks like the nose was reattached at some time. Yeah, looks like the nose had been damaged and was reattached. So there you go. Rare piece of art comes back home, and look at that. How do you like that? Yeah, I have a little. Are you sure there's no ancient busts of you, Rob? Pretty sure. Pretty darn sure. So, yeah, the bear wanted to learn how to drive a stick. Bear couldn't drive a stick, yeah. All right, everybody. I think we are going to wrap. Rare art is going to be returned eventually to where it belongs. Let me tell you something though, Mr. MH. You do see a lot of my surname around Rome. There's a lot of stores with my surname. So, if it's Roman, shouldn't the Italians have a custom? Well, it depends. Depends. Who knows? All right. Everyone. I'd like to thank everyone for spending some time with me this afternoon. I'd like to thank everyone for taking time out of their day, for watching videos, for clicking like, for super chatting, for everything. Like I always say, without you, I'd be just talking to myself, which is what I do on a normal basis anyway. Everyone, have a good rest of your day. If you haven't already, give your mom a call. Tell her Happy Mother's Day. Tell her how much you appreciate her. Everyone, have a good rest of your Sunday. Have a good week. Have a good whatever you're doing. And as always, we will catch you next time.